Let's go, man. Honestly, it's been a while. I can't remember exactly the last time that I've literally woken up and immediately set up the stream for TJ or got sit down and was ready to read the chapter. So I'm still a little groggy, but I'm so happy it was out as soon as I woke up, man, because there's no better way to start my day than with Ishida suffering, man. It's the only way. So we're gonna get into it. Tokyo Ghoul chapter 90, titled Trash. Son, I'm really interested to see the altercation and dialogue between SEIDOU and Amon, man, because it's bound to be absolutely insane. So smash that like button if you're hype, and we're gonna get straight into it. Who is making this sound? Is it a human or? Yo, wait, we're getting into the flashback, man. It is gonna showcase both SEIDOU's initial transformation and potentially catch a glimpse of Amon as well. That would be dope. I'm not gonna lie. Damn, dude. This cover page, that's fucked up. That's too sad right now. The days when he protected Tokyo, especially after his ravings last chapter about wanting to be a hero. Young SEIDOU, man. It's making me feel like I did when he first reappeared on that Savage Pineapple Kun shit all over again, because, dude, SEIDOU more than anyone had that fear and apprehension instilled in him. He was the epitome of that normal, kind-hearted individual. And to see him deteriorate to this state, especially with Hoji in the background in this cover, Amon over him, just the smiles on everyone's face. Too fucking real, man. Why am I? Yeah, we're getting into the flashback. Back then, I'm pretty sure that Kanou. So this is exactly these are the events right after Yanteku raid. And then this is showcasing. Are we going to see? I mean, the fact that he's coherent like this means Kanou's already worked his magic, so to speak. How are you feeling, Investigator Takizawa? There's no need to be afraid. Who are you? I'd be scared shitless too. Look at that's the thing about Kanou's visage, man. So unassuming, but yet you can feel that shade emanating from him. Who are you? I'm not sure where to start. Well, anyway, first I think you should take a look at your own body. I shouldn't laugh at that. That's fucked up. That's utterly disgusting. I'd freak the fuck out if I were SEIDOU. Kind of reminds me of the Deadpool movie in a weird way. You should try touching yourself, SEIDOU. See how it feels, man. Look at his face, though. No, I'd flip my shit too. That's fucking disturbing. I mean, I guess that means his RC levels at this point weren't the height. It even looks like, what the fuck? In terms of stage, we're still in the early days of the initial stages. Stage 1 involved temporarily increasing the number of RC cells in your body. After that first increase, the continuing periods of increase begin to delay and take longer. That's where we are right now, in stage 2. Dude, the warped experiments of Kanou. It looks like comparatively to this panel before. I mean, I guess it's just the angle. Yeah, it's just the angle. I'm gonna say, do you stimulate the RC cell development and the arm's growth via instilling that fear into him in the first place? But 63 bodies. That's how many investigators I procured as raw material at the battle in the 20th ward. But they were all wasted. You are the only one, the single successfully created owl. Damn, son. I mean, we knew that to be the case. Every other one, even if they survived, were known as floppies, the failures. But I still hold. I can't believe that Amon's not of a similar caliber, man. But based on what we've seen of his arm, when he saved Psycho, I very well can constitute him as such. And the fact that his regeneration is incomplete, I'm wondering what his levels are. Success. I am sure you know these creatures very well, those that are capable of regenerating lost body parts. Takizawa, today you are officially a ghoul. What a fiend, dude. That panel is so twisted. And he says it all so matter of fact. Damn. Look at Kanou's reaction to this. In this panel. Little off with the expression art style there, but minor gripe. Your stomach is rejecting some leftovers that were inside. You're perfect. Damn. I thought he was puking because the thought of it was way too much for him. It was overwhelming, but that makes perfect sense. It's twisted as fuck. I'll come back later to research your basic reflexes, all right? It'll just be some simple tests like some light scratching inside your stomach and shining light, some light scratching inside your stomach and shining a light in your eyes. I'll also check your defecation and what the fuck? Kanou, wait. I'll also check your defecation and ejaculation. Some simple tests. Those are the standard tests that you run out here, Kanou. Tell me how you go about testing his ejaculation. I'm very curious about that. You're gonna let him, fap with the baby hand? Are you gonna help stimulate him? Like what happens in this process? I don't even want to think about it. You know what? That's twisted as fuck. That's SEIDOU. I'm sorry, man. And here I thought that the only thing you really had to deal with was some fucked up torture from Tatara, but it seems like Kanou was going in on you as well. Sadism is your hobby too. No. I'm using external trauma to stimulate the extension of his RC cell pathways. All right, that's what I thought. I knew there was a mechanism by which that worked to a certain extent. But this is fucked up. So not only did Tatara put in work in the torture, but Kanou was conducting pretty fucked up experiments this entire time. A living body is truly remarkable. Take, for instance, the brain. Even if the brain is damaged and some portions have lost functionality, other regions of the brain can step in and fill the gap. In order to preserve and maintain the whole system, an individual will try to adapt to the situation. By inflicting damage, I'm artificially inducing that phenomenon. So fucked. This medical procedure of transforming someone into a ghoul is similar to grafting in horticulture. For the grafting rootstock, you use a human, and for the budwood, you use a ghoul. Are you fucking kidding me, Kanou? That's in your mind, that's what you think you're doing. You fucking... Honestly, look at his face. I don't know if he's getting off on it, if it's an arduous experiment. The man... And that's the thing, too. And as I think about it, we have yet to see Kanou en route. It's only... We have to see him before the arc wraps up, unless he's already made some sort of escape, which I don't... Kanou always has a contingency plan, man. So I really don't know what the deal is there. I mean... We'll have to wait and see. This method eliminates the human weakness of having a fragile body, and also partially reduces some of the need to feed and replenish as its characteristic of ghouls. Although this does shorten their lifespan. No more. Stop. SEIDOU, my son, man, that's so fucked up. That's so fucked up. But what I'm most interested in learning He's got the saw? No. Put that shit away. Damn. Honestly, I mean, Uzuki's torture was fucked up too, but and Kaneki's of its own accord. I mean, when you're getting fucked over by Yamori, and the thing about it is, I think there's implications of the Yamori torture that aren't outwardly stated, you know, in terms of the chapters that we read that still make it more fucked up than this. But in terms of just physical affliction, this is clearly the most, SEIDOU. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. It's a surefire method to create a Kaneki. What a warped fiend, dude. All right, now we're getting back into the fight. It's a little harsh of you, isn't it, Amon? Dude, look at the man, so fucking savage. And his arm, 100%. Yo, the blade, is he extending like a slight Kokaku blade out of the last of the fingers? It's mad fight, especially. See, that's the thing. I don't know how we reconcile the Aracha suit that's potentially still on the man's body. I mean, based on when we saw his foot, when we saw his footstep when he came in to save Psycho as well. That's 100%. It has to be the case, but he looks like a boss. I don't know, he's closing his eye either. You're trying to hide the Kakugan, but there's no point in that. And you clearly have this abomination for an arm. I killed Hoji, you know, but you finally arrive only when Mato is in a tight spot. Dude, look at Akira's face. I still want to know what she has to say about this, because if she, and I mean, I'll be fine with it because that'll just bolster the OTP there, but critical of her to take a completely differing stance when it comes to Amon after what she just said to SEIDOU. I mean, could argue that Amon's not really going around killing people. Man's, you know, cannibalizing ghouls from the reports we've heard. So I don't know. I bet you're the same as the rest anyway. Disgusting, man. I knew he'd regenerate like that though. Prowess is high tier. Damn. One kick to the fucking head. Amon goes flying. You can see it here too. It's kind of unclear. We need definitely need the full, the complete, you know, clean scan, because this isn't really going to help me. We need the young jump scans in order to see where the cutoff is. You can, it looks to me like the bottom portion of Arata on his leg, but then there's, I can't tell with this top portion because of how vague it is, but I'm going to assume he still has it on, man. In which case, I'm curious. There was no hint of one in that flashback. He considers them all failures, but wouldn't Kanou be interested to, especially if Arata to an extent had fused itself with Amon's body, wouldn't he be interested in testing the applications of that? Damn. You're going to kill me too, right, Amon? SEIDOU is so twisted. I came to save my former comrades. That hasn't changed in the slightest. And that includes you, Takizawa. Dude, look at these panels. It's incomprehensible to him right now, especially after the reception he just received from Hoji and Akira. Still curious as to why the man is closing this eye. It's a matter of non-acceptance. Like, I don't get it, man. But these panels are savage as fuck. Panels are savage as fuck. Yo. Dude, it's happening now? I mean, I guess that makes sense. And look at fucking Kuroshira. It's so fucking disheveled. Hirata Joker Juzo is no joke. It's fucked. The man himself, dude, in the lab. I wonder what's going on with the Gagi and Googie experimentation. Never happened to that. And he had some other projects up his sleeve around that time. I mean, everyone seems hard at work. Yo, that head tube, man. Hey there. Welcome back, Kudo. Tadama, Papa. That warped smile, dude. See, I can't imagine how this is going to play out right now. The source of everything, the dissector. To the dying twins, he extends a hand. Next issue, who or what was the thing we saw in the laboratory? Wait, what? I don't see anything in this lab worth noting. I see nothing in the. Is there anything on page 16? Oh, Kudo comes into the corridor. The fuck is that note, Todd? Nah, dude, there's nothing in this lab worth noting. Aside from Kanou himself, we can't really see anything from this shot. So what is this referring to? Who or what was the thing that we saw in the laboratory? It must either be a translation thing, or it's just referring to the obvious, or maybe hinting at something that we have yet to see. But I don't. That's strange to me, man. That's really strange to me. Either way, dude, this chapter, I wasn't expecting that insight on the torture of SEIDOU right now. It's fucked up. See, unless it's but this is definitely SEIDOU. I was about to say, because I just went back to the first page. Maybe that note is referring to this, but no, this is SEIDOU in the tube. This is already the beginning of the flashback on this first page. So I don't know what that note is referring to, man. I'm sorry, but I must know how. My biggest question with the chapter, no joke, I'm dead ass serious right now. How does Kanou go about testing the man's ejaculation? That's what I really want to know. That's what I absolutely really want to know. Yeah, but the face on page 1, that's definitely SEIDOU. That's definitely SEIDOU. I'm not putting anyone else on that. You can tell it's him. Hide confirmed. How does any of that confirm Hide? There's no way. There's no fucking way. I'm gonna look at it again. I'm gonna study that shit. If it was Hide in that shit, I mean, no. Look at. Damn, the nose is the only thing that would make me think so, but there's no reason for it to be, man. This is definitely part of the flashback. It's definitely SEIDOU in the tube. This is like preceding him awakening, and then when we see the next page, him awake, and Kanou comes into the room. So this is setting that up. It's not Hide, man. That's not how Hide gets brought back into the mix. Trust me when I say that I wholeheartedly believe Hide is alive and is coming through, but that's not how Hide is moving in the shadows right now. That's not how Hide comes back into the mix. Amon would be SEIDOU, but you can't say SEIDOU could beat Amon though. See, I don't know. You don't know who. That's the thing about it. I'm curious to see where Amon is at, because it's going to be interesting to see him go in if he's developing. And somebody in the comments last week made a comment that was completely and utterly inaccurate. I don't remember who it was, but I want to address that now. They were saying that both SEIDOU and Amon cannot be Kakuja. I'm like, what? That's completely counter to everything that we've been, all the information that we've given. We've seen you know, Sato developing Kakuja, a Kakuja mask and going after Kakuja. So I don't know where they got that from. Amon, based on the reports that Floppy has been cannibalizing ghouls, I guarantee you both of them at the very least are on half Kakuja status. That's the only way. I mean, Sato is 100% confirmed, but Amon, I pretty much 100% believe he's developing Kakuja as well. So we don't know the extent of his ability. I mean, if he is in fact the one that took out Yoshitoki, he has to be of an extremely high caliber. But we know that Sato is insane as well. So it's going to be interesting, especially with that mentality that he wants to save the man rather than call him. I'm curious to see how it breaks down. I mean, it's going to be interesting. The thing is, I don't expect a full-on resolution to this clash either. I don't expect either one of them to go out here. If potentially Sato's going to have to end up fleeing, similar with Amon, I don't think he's going to be able to reconcile with the rest of the CGG like that, especially with his... Amon clearly has insights into what's happening with the hierarchy. So aside from dialogue with Akira, and that's the thing, the information we've been given during this arc as a whole completely destabilizes the world of Tokyo Ghoul. So it's going to be really interesting to see how it plays out. What's with all these deleted messages, man? How am I fucked up? That's a legitimate question. The man had the baby end. It was weird. And that was a Monogatari style head tilt. Dude, Kano's on some fiendish shit right now. Kano's on some real fiendish shit. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Santana. As soon as I saw it, I was like, this reminds me in a weird way of the Deadpool movie. That snake pattern on the tub. That's a pattern that on the tube. That's a pattern that Ishida uses readily. Both that and this hatched shading method. He uses both of them readily. I don't know why people think that's Hide, man. That's not Hide. It doesn't make a lot. I mean, if that was shown in any other context than right before the whole SEIDOU flashback, and you could tell based on the paneling that was a part of the flashback. So if it was like, for example, we saw just that scene right after the Kura and Kanou meet face to face, and it was just there, kind of focusing in on one of the tubes, then I would accept the argument that it was Hide. Personally, I still wouldn't believe it because that's not what I envisioned for Hide. It doesn't go in line with my theories about his return, but I mean, I can always be wrong. My thing is, it's clearly SEIDOU. I don't even know why there's an argument about this. The only thing that suggests something else is the note at on the final page, which, if it's not within the context of the chapter, you can't really take the next issue note as end all be all canon. That shit can tease. That shit is meant to build hype. Honestly, it can be mistranslated. So I'm not putting stock into that note to be like, oh, it suggests something else. It's not how it works. I don't know why you're trying. I don't know why people are trying to place this on. Like, this is not. Trust me, Hide is one of my favorite characters in the entire series. I want the return in whatever context it comes, more so than most people. But I'm not going to make illogical statements just to cater to that wish. It's not happening. It's not him. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. It's clearly part of the flashback. I don't see how people can interpret it that way. But whatever. That's neither here nor there. That's fucked up. I can't even right now. But anyway, I'm gonna get up out of here. Smash that like button if you enjoyed the reaction. I know it's not as hype as I normally am. I'm still kind of tired. Like, it's been a while since I've woken up and just jumped straight into the reaction, but still an incredible chapter nonetheless. How SEIDOU feels. I stand by my statement that each torture that we've seen in this series is to the utmost extreme in different ways. From Juzo's, Juzo's is another one of the most fucked up ones as well. Kaneki's becomes the most fucked up merely because of the implications of it / everything else he suffered. Because even though it's not explicitly stated, you can assume that Yamori sodomized the man. So it still remains the most fucked up in that way when you make those kind of assumptions. But as far as just straight up physical trauma, barring, Mitsuki, that was fucked up in itself, being having your limbs fucking sliced off time and time again, but getting on that nugget status. But still, what Kanou was doing to SEIDOU, and in addition to that, Tatara was going in on him. It's fucked up, man. It's really fucked up. So either way, I'm gonna get up out of here. So much stream in a second. Peace.